Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So let's jump into this right away. Hyper 360, 500 watt controller, overvolting with 36 volts, stock motor. So let's just get right into it here. So first off, it's going to be the phase wires. Come on off the controller is the blue and yellow. And to plug into the motor, blue to red and yellow to black. And you guys, I went and bought a pinning set, and so that I could repin them and have plugs for every connection. But you don't have to do that. If you just want to cut the lines and connect them, twist them, solder them, wrap them in some electrical tape, you can do that too, just to get everything running. And then once you know how everything is connected, it's much easier to just do the repinning with the pinning set. And I will upload a quick short on how to do pinning after this video. So let's get back. Phase wires connected, okay? Next is your charge port. It is a lot of you guys still have your reset button connected, but what I did was, you can see that, there we go. So I deleted the reset button. I got rid of it completely, and how I have it set up is I have the two wires coming off the on-off button, right? And if you can see that, the black wire that comes off the on-off button, I have spliced into the black wire on the charge port. All right, so that will delete the reset button. So if you just copy that, you'll be good to go. The black wire is on the on side, and then these two red wires are on the off side of the on-off button. And yeah, let's plug that in. Get you guys back up on this stand here. All right. Okay, so charge port. So find on the controller, find the wire that says charge port on it. It's going to be a black and red wire. It says charging port. So that's red to red, black to black. You can plug that right in. And these two red wires, they plug into the black and yellow plug coming off the controller. Can you guys see? Black and yellow, this one here. I haven't repinned this one yet, but for all intents and purposes, I just plug them right in there. Little piece of tape to keep them from touching. Boom. Okay, so next thing is your throttle. There's a blue, black, and red wire coming off the controller. That's this one here. It's 3 wires. It's plug and play with the throttle that came with the controller. And just so you guys know, it's red to red, black to black, blue to white. Plug that in. Okay. So now what you have left is your power and your brake. The way that this is set up is that when you press the brake, it cuts off the motor. So we'll do that right after. So right now I don't have a lithium battery. Mine crapped out. I think one of my cells or two of my cells in my pack have depleted, and I'm not getting enough power. It's reading 35 volts right now, but clearly something's wrong. So I pulled out my lead acid batteries, and for the power, it is the same, red to red, black to black. I know mine is showing blue and yellow. That's just a plug that I stole from one of my old controllers. And you can actually do that with the controller, the stock controller that came with the bike. You can actually steal the plugs from that controller and just put new pins on it. And I'll show, like I said, I'll show you guys how to pin in a quick short after this video, and it just makes it you know, easier to match everything up. But for all intents and purposes, right now we just want to get the bike running, and then once we have everything plugged in and running, then it makes it so much easier to just go plug by plug and repin or you know, solder and wrap and just you know, button everything up and put it away. So right now I'm just connecting the power, and so that should be it to get the bike running. You don't need the brake to have the bike running. I just want to make sure. Have I got this right? Oh, I am so sorry, guys. The two red wires coming off the charge port do not go in the black and yellow. They go in the red and blue. Okay? As soon as you plug those in to the red and blue, you should see the power light come on. Sorry about that, guys. So, charge port into the charge port, the black and red coming off the charge port into the charge port cable from the controller. The two red wires that come off the on-off button go into the blue and red wire from the controller. Now everything is powered on. As you can see, I've got power. And let's get a test. Nice. Okay. So, for the brake, I'm pretty. There's only three wires left. Two wires left, right? There's one that's a brake light. That's not it. That connects to a light. I'm pretty sure it's either the black and yellow or the black and red. Clearly, there's only so many ways you guys can plug this in. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a test here. I have a plug. You guys can just use a wire and just do a jimmy rig test to test the wires, but you don't have to do that. I'm gonna do it for you. So right now I'm plugging this into the brake line. So for all intents and purposes, it doesn't matter about the plug. You guys can take the plug off and just use the wires to check all the different connections, but you want to, so right now my red is a red wire, so red, I'm going to try the red and black unlabeled wire coming off the controller, and I'm just going to twist these wires and put them into this plug here. Let's do now the black wire. into the black. Okay, let's check that. So, still got power, everything's good. That's not it, I don't think. So, let's try the yellow and black. Still got power. That's not it either. So maybe it is the brake light plug. Let's try that. I mean, you don't have to have the brake light plug hooked up. You know, like the brake is strong enough to keep the wheel from spinning when you got the brake on. But weird. So I don't know. I don't know, guys, which one it is, but for whatever reason it's not working. Why is it not working? It should not be spinning when I press that throttle and the brake at the same time. So I mean, it's up to you guys if you guys want to hook up the brake light or the brake sensor. Why it's not working? Here, I'm gonna pause you guys and I'm gonna repin this and I'll show you guys. Okay, so here we go. So turn off the power. And what you do is, on the plug, there's a little opening on the bottom. Oh, this one's loose already. But there's an actual little tooth that when you stick it in, it clicks into the plastic plug. But to get them out, what you want to do is you want not where the pin goes in, but behind it, you can see a little slot, and get your little, you can use tweezers, you can use a little needle, you can use a little tiny screwdriver. I have this little doohickey thing I stole from my wife, and I just stick it in there, I press the plug, and then it just releases. So just makes it easier. Here, let's just do a quick pinning. So much easier. So these are male plugs, and you see that? So this part here wraps around the wire, and then the plastic part of the wire. Here, let's show you. Okay. So you don't need a huge piece of wire sticking out. So strip your wire. It goes around like that. See that? So those two little pins at the bottom wrap around the plastic part, or the sheathing of the wire. And then you just grab them. You can use needle nose pliers too, guys, and just squeeze those together. Squeeze them together. And it'll get a good hold on the wire. And then there's a couple of kind of teeth that are around the actual copper part of the wire, and you want to squeeze those together too, nice and tight around the wire. And that should be it for that. So now that is completely pinned. Let's go do the next one. Same deal. Wrap around the plastic sheathing. Sorry, I'm a little shaky, guys. Haven't smoked my morning doobie yet. There you go. See that? See, that's now it's nice and secure to the wire sheathing. And then the second squeeze. Make sure your wire is nice in there. And squeeze the second part, which squeezes the pin to the wire itself, which gives you full contact. And that's it. Now we're pinned, okay? So, next thing is this plug is a female. Okay, so the female part of the plug actually looks like a male. So the plastic part for the female plugs is actually a male plastic plug that goes into the female plastic plug, if you get my meaning. So there's two types. There's these ones. These are female. Okay. And they go into this guy. Okay. So when you are putting them in, make sure that you're putting them in to match up with the colors that you are plugging into. So there's a locking mechanism on these. Okay, face it down. The red should go on that's right, that's left for me or for you guys. So in the back it should just slide in, and if you put it in and it keeps coming out, there's a little locking tab on there's a little locking tab. Can you guys see that? Here, I'll try and get a close-up. It sticks out. You guys will see it. And make sure that it's sticking out and not flat. So it'll slide in. And it only slides in one way. And you should feel a click. See that? Now it won't come out. Do the same for the black. See this black one, the little locking mechanism was flat. And you just want to slide it in until it locks. There, now that is together. And I'm going to plug these together so that I can check all the other plugs. So I'm going to put my power back on. So I'm going to try the black and red again. So make sure that you're matching up the colors like black to black, red to red. I don't know if it's the black and yellow one, but like I said, you might have to try every different combination before it'll actually work, but let's hope that we can figure it out now. So red to red, black to black, that's not it. Okay, well, I guess I could try the opposite combination. So nope, that's not it either. So the red and black with no markings on it doesn't seem to be working. Now I'm going to try the yellow and black. Which we tried already, but it's not working either. So now I'm going to reverse the wires and see what's going on here. So that'll be the opposite. I don't know, guys. Anyway, we'll try the brake light opposite. It makes no sense. Nope. Well, it's quite possible that my my brake sensor is gone, but one more combination to try, and I don't know, maybe you guys can figure it out. I don't need the brake sensor. The brakes work fine. No problem. That's it. So everything is connected. So what you're going to want to do is just unplug everything. Get your... Here, let's do it. So unplug everything. Actually, sorry guys, unplug the power first. Turn the power off, unplug the power. And just so you know, there's still power in the controller, so try not to touch anything at the same time. You will get a little bit of shock. But I unplug everything. Okay. And then what you're going to want to do is the controller. I'm not sure if I had it on top. Okay, so what I like to do is I'm going to unplug this for now. Just for me, it's just unplug the black wire and take this off and just get it out of the way for a minute. So I like to install my controller right here under where the old controller was, and this is just a bike for my kid, right? So I'm just going to grab some electrical tape, do a wrap around the frame, get the controller in place. Center it and wrap it a couple of times. Nice tight wrapping job. You can use zip ties or Velcro, whatever you want, man. I mean, that's why they call it do it yourself, right? There we go. So that's secure. It's not going anywhere. So the next thing to do is put the bike back together. I've got all my screws all over the bloody place. So first is I'm gonna put this back on and just put a few screws in to just secure it in place. And keep it from moving. So this guy in here, I like to do the top one above the controller. And then one in the back, just for now. There's quite a few bolts on this little bugger. You want to make sure that your power cord isn't being, the power from the motor isn't being squished. And so I like to go underneath. Sorry guys, I kind of put it in wrong. There we go. There. This side is secure for now. I just want this one panel on so that I can see where all my wires are going to go. The brake line, I run it outside. You can run it inside, but it's a bit of a bitch. So what you have to do is you have to run it underneath the frame and just inside the bottom of the plastic casing, and that's it. Next, we're going to place all of our wires. So for you guys, you can just set your battery and hopefully you guys got your battery, a better battery than me, but you can just set your battery in like that for now and hook up the power and everything. But for me, I'm not using the lithium. Next is I take my throttle cable and I stuff it up here underneath where, right underneath the controller is a little compartment you can see. And I connect my throttle. And you can actually stuff that whole thing right in there. Throttle and everything up in that little compartment. Like I said, you can zip tie whatever you need to keep it out of the way. Okay guys, sorry for the interruption. So you got your throttle connected. This brake sensor wire, I'm going to just stuff away with the throttle cable and just hide it away in there. Alright, next thing you do is your motor cable, and I go above. You see how it goes around the box where the battery goes, and I'm just gonna plug that in. Once you have that in, it should just stay right there. And you want your power cable, black and red from the controller, coming down into the box. Can you guys see that right here? There's a little opening for it to come in. Make sure that that's in there. And then next is your charging port. So you're going to need your other side. That's where it gets kind of a little bit tricky. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hook them up first. So hook up the power and the charge cable. That's it. Okay, so let's get this in.
Dad, the Wi-Fi's out.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay.
So plug in the black wire. Get your charge port plugged in. And this wire is going to go in the same spot. They all come down into the box where the battery goes. What? Oh no. Power. Power button. So charge plug into the charge port, sorry. Charge port into the charge port, obviously. And then, like we talked about, the blue and red is the power. And that goes into the double red wire. Now, you can put your case back on. Throw a screw in there to hold it all nice and tight. Sometimes I will just wrap everything in electrical tape or zip ties everything together, just so they don't jiggle around too much, but everything in here is not going anywhere. So I've got my power plug here, and that will connect to your guys' battery. Mine is just for fun, just so you guys can see what's going on. I did order a new battery. It's just gonna take a little while to come, but I wanted you guys to be able to get your bikes going without waiting for me again for another goddamn who knows how long. So power's on. That's it, boys. Now that everything is you know, buttoned up in there and working, you can shut it off and put all your screws in and put your bike back together, and you're good to go. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am really sorry and that it took so long. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to message me through the comments, and I promise I'll get back to you ASAP. But other than that, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe, guys. Thanks.